Hi, Andrew Camphy here with Better Sheets, getting you better at Google Sheets right here, right now. If you are a online business person, you have a company, a business, a service, and you want to increase your revenue, I would suggest selling spreadsheets. You can sell spreadsheets of your work, of the service you provide, checklists and worksheets that you already use, perhaps with your clients. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 strategies in which you can make more profits and sell more sheets once somebody's using your sheets. Why I think I'm a good person to be able to talk about this is that I've sold $1,600 of sheets over 2 years. Now, that might not be much, or that might be a lot to you. You might be watching this video and saying, oh my God, I want to definitely make another $1,000 this year or next year or over the course of the next few years, or I just want to offer something for free. That's totally fine. In fact, some of the sheets that I sell, I give away for free. Some of the things that I personally sell, I sell Twitter templates. These are not tweets that I've written, but rather formats and parts of tweets that you can easily use in your own Twitter account. A generator where you fill in a few pieces of information about your business and it fills in 100 tweets for you. You can click once and they're already in the draft in your Twitter. I also sell growth tactics of growing a newsletter. Why I chose a spreadsheet to do that in is because I added a checklist. It's one of the things that I'll discuss with you today in this video. I added a checklist so that you can keep track of which tactics you've tried. I also sell a spreadsheet in which I wrote a guide on selling spreadsheets for profit and fun. I also, quote unquote, sell a free list of business ideas. These are 100 ideas for businesses you can start with nothing more than Gumroad and Google Sheets. Those are the 4 sheets I sell. I also sell other types of spreadsheets where they're much more interactive. They have some coding in them. These 4, however, which make up the 1,600 that I mentioned before, are something that I think anyone can make. They are writing, they are using a few formulas, if any. For instance, the Twitter templates uses a formula of joining and hyperlink in order to create the one-click tweet intent URL. I'm going to share that tactic with you soon. That's one of the things I suggest you should try. The growth tactics list is just check boxes and some writing. How to sell Google Sheets for fun and profit, which is the guide in a sheet. That is just writing. And the 100 business ideas is just like 3 columns and some writing, some ideas. I've made $1,600 in 2 years with just Google Sheets and Gumroad alone. Now I've sold other things. I sell my membership to teach you how to build sheets step by step, bettersheets.co. I do sell other types of code and scripts that I've written inside of Google Sheets. This is not everything I sell, but I think selling sheets is a really good side business, side hustle, something you can do once and sell infinite number of times. You can also give them away for free and offer upgrades, either consultation calls with them, with your checklists or worksheets or workbooks or planners. I'm going to give you some more ideas at the end of this video. But let's get into the 3 strategies that I suggest you do to make more profit with your sheets if you do choose to sell spreadsheets. And the 3 ideas are this: share this sheet, start here sheet, and then interactive sheets. And I'll go deeper into each one of these. First section is sharing this sheet. All about making your sheets more shareable, getting more referrals, that kind of thing. So number 1 thing I would say is write tweet intent URLs. This is a simple URL address that you can find if you literally just type in tweet intent URL. You can find some documentation about how to write them. Create a tab on your sheet and call it share. You can also find organic places within the content of your sheet that you can insert this kind of share. Like I've used this X amount of times. Here's this sheet that Gumroad. Whenever you sell something on Gumroad or buy something on Gumroad, just before you access the content, you can share. Very similar to that. So yeah, add tweet intent URLs as a tab if you wish. I would recommend making your spreadsheets screenshotable. This means they are nice to look at. Maybe it is something that a user creates, like it fills in text that the user wants. I'm working on a sheet right now. The sheet itself is an Instagram story maker. So you type in some text and you can take a screenshot of that story. It is set up with the correct pixels to get the right ratio, and the text fits in nicely. If you're lacking design skills or any kind of aesthetics, or like if you think, oh, my sheets don't look good, then consider buying a membership to Better Sheets. I share a lot of design tips on making your sheets look good. And the best thing you can do is just make your sheet useful. We always want to make our sheets shareable, but I think that's a second order or a lagging indicator of success. If people are sharing it, it's for some reason. And one of the biggest reasons is that it's useful to them. The second section here is called Start Here Sheet. I recommend adding a tab in front of every sheet you make called Start Here. You can also call this README. I would recommend you have step-by-step how to use instructions in that sheet. I also suggest you add video links. You can make up to 5-minute Loom videos for free. I recommend showing step-by-step in the videos how to use the sheet that you've made. And I also suggest inserting some key screenshots into that tab of README or Start Here tab. If you're already selling items on Gumroad, you probably already know you can upload video to Gumroad itself. But many users of Gumroad, buyers on Gumroad, won't access Gumroad if they've bought a sheet and they're accessing it through their Google Drive. So I suggest adding this tab to your sheet. If you have step-by-step videos in your sheet and in Gumroad, great. I do this very often. I will make a Loom video, download it, and then upload it to Gumroad, and then also put a link to the Loom video in the sheet where people are using it. Remember, people are going to be making a copy of your sheet to edit it, to use it for themselves, and this tab will stay with that sheet no matter where it goes. You can also brand it and make it look nice, depending on your style and your brand. And the third section is make interactive sheets. This is part of making sheets more useful. Many times we might think of selling a spreadsheet as like a CSV file if it's like a lead list or some kind of contact information or writing, but I can suggest a few simple things to make them more interactive. One is change your to-do lists into done lists, meaning add checkboxes. Plus, I have other videos on this channel. Check out Better Sheets on YouTube. I have videos where you can take the text of a checklist and change it from what you are supposed to do to what you've done after you check off. And I think that's a really fun thing to do in checklists. You say, I need to pick up the laundry, and then when the checkbox is checked, it says, I've picked up the laundry. One simple thing where you will see a lot of videos on other channels on YouTube is making conditional formatting, either making those checklists disappear as people check them off or doing strike-throughs. Totally can do that. I think it's much more fun if that text actually changes. It feels magical. And then you get a list. If somebody does say 10 tactics that you suggest, then they have a screenshotable index of all of the things they've done. And it feels really good when you've done a lot of things and you can see them. Progress bars. All right, this is really cool because I get to show you something. I bought this 400 prompts. It's a world building prompt list. And it has this wonderful progress bars. It has this is a GIF of it. As you check off things on each sheet is a different progress bar. And it shows you then each sheet as it fills up, but it also shows if you've completed everything. And actually, I can show you the sheet here. I have a copy of it in my Google Drive. I did buy it. I love it, by TJ Trewin. It's really wonderful. Well designed. And here's all of the little prompts. And if you start checking them off, it will do its thing. There it goes. See, I do have a number, right? 3 of 16. And the progress bar shows progress. I think this is really fun. You can do this on one sheet, and you can also do this across sheets. So that's progress bars. Progress via sheets or across sheets. If you put a little checkbox at the end of every tab or sheet, and you say, hey, if you've read down to this part, check here. And then on the front page, either the Start Here page or a table of contents tab that you added, you can keep track of, all of the sheets that they have read and finished. And something like that, I think, is very, very powerful to make someone feel like, I have used this, it is useful. If you are looking for ideas on sheets to sell, I have many ideas. I actually give away a spreadsheet called 100 Business Ideas. It's 100 business ideas that you can create with just Gumroad and Google Sheets. It is literally free. I'll put a link in the description. Just a few ideas from this is I would recommend selling workbooks or planners. I would also recommend selling calculators. That's like taking a lot of different inputs and then crunching those numbers and giving out one number to the person who's doing it. I have newsletter ad pricing calculators. I have podcast ad rate calculators. They are really fun to create because you might need them yourself, and then very fun to share and potentially or possibly make money from them by selling them or even giving them away for free and getting tips or donations via Gumroad. Also, you can create generators. Generators is what I call any sheet that you input a few items and a lot of stuff comes out. The Twitter templates is a good example where you enter a few pieces of information about your business, either your name or what type of industry you're in, and then the tweets will fill in themselves and you can tweet those. I also have a headline generator you can create if you get a bunch of different templates. You can create headlines with a generator. I recommend selling generators. It feels good to be able to sell someone pretty much a SaaS product by using just Google Sheets and some formula. And if you don't know how to build any of these things, if you have like a consultancy or a coaching service, you have worksheets and workbooks and info products and you want to make them more interactive, consider buying a membership to bettersheets.co. You can get a lifetime membership right now. It's one purchase, one time, and you get access to over 180 videos, plus every script and every template that I create, you get access to, and every product. You actually get these Twitter templates, growth tactics, you get the guide in a sheet, all for free once you become a member, and it's one-time purchase. Become a lifetime member today, and I hope to see you soon. Don't make any sheets, make better sheets.